After 50 episodes, season 1 of Ahiru no Sora has come to an end, and it has been quite the ride. What is up, y'all? It's your man, That Dude, bringing you guys another video. Giving out subscriptions down below. Go hit that button. I'd appreciate it. For an anime about basketball, Ahiru no Sora does a great job of giving us emotional moments that aren't on the court. Whether it be Sora's mother dying, or the team getting disbanded, or the drama between Madoka and Momoharu, the show has done a really good job. Well, I'm really impressed with the job the show has done with giving us scenes that resonate emotionally, and those scenes are independent of basketball. Speaking of Madoka, I've actually really enjoyed the little side plot that she's had going on while the Yokohama vs. Kuzu game was going on. You know, her little date with the blonde guy that she met at the karaoke place. I've really enjoyed that little side plot. I like Madoka as a character, and that little side plot came to a climax in this episode, and it really leaves it a little unclear exactly where her standing is with the blonde guy and with Momoharu. It appears that she maybe kissed the blonde guy at the end of their date, but her and Momoharu shared that little moment at the beach where it seems maybe they're cool again now. So that'll be something to look for in like season 2. What's gonna happen with their relationship? Are they gonna be like a love triangle thing, or is she just gonna start dating the blonde guy and say fuck Momoharu? Which is actually what I hope happens. Momoharu had his chance with Madoka. He had that opportunity to accept her feelings, but he decided to be a dick and, you know, basically not accept the way she felt. He decided to live in his own little world and like wallow in his own self-pity when she was trying to come to his aid and be there for him, and he was just a dick about it. So I hope that she chooses the blonde guy. He seems like a decent enough guy, kind of a tool, but he seems to actually like her, and he wasn't a dick to her like Momoharu was. So hey, I hope he wins out. Speaking of that little beach trip that the team took, I can't tell if Kenji has all the game with women or no game with women, because the way he talks to, can't remember her name, but the way he talks to that girl, I can't tell if he like meant to maybe insult her to gain her interest, or if that's just the way Kenji naturally is. I'm more inclined to believe that Kenji is just naturally an asshole and doesn't know how to talk to women, and it just happened to work out for him in that moment. But yeah, nah, that was a funny scene. Satsuki Sensei is back as the team advisor, and man, talk about a character who was not likable at all at first, and is now actually a very likable character. Satsuki Sensei went from being an asshole who didn't want to coach the team and who didn't want to be the advisor, who was just there reluctantly, saw the boys as a burden and all that jazz. And then over the course of season 1, he began to like really see the work ethic of the boys, and they really came together as a team and loved playing basketball. And I believe he fell in love with being the advisor of the team. And we get some really nice heartfelt moments where he's explaining to his wife that he wants to be the advisor now, where before he didn't want to do it, but now he sees the value in being there and present for the team and the boys of the team. And when he tells the team that he's their advisor again, we get a great moment between him and Momoharu. And I really think the relationship between Momoharu and Satsuki Sensei is going to be important in the show going forward. They're going to have like a really good mutual trust, and which is important because, you know, Satsuki Sensei is a team advisor, Momoharu is a team captain. Those two kind of have to be in sync, because those are the two leadership pillars on your team. Besides Nanao, but Nanao is the coach. She's not really a leader. She's more of a strategist. It's kind of hard for her to be leader of the team when she's younger than most of the guys on the team and so small and not playing. Now, so I do like that the scenes we get here recently of Satsuki Sensei has been coming to the team's defense and really showing that he cares about the team, despite from where he began, where he was just a straight up asshole and didn't want to be there. I think that's a nice little bit of character development. It was nice to see him give the boys recognition for how far they've come from where they were when the team first got together to where they are now. As hard as I've been on Nanao in recent videos, I did like that Yokohama's coach came over and praised her for the changes she's made from a strategic standpoint with the team. And I got to give the girl props herself. For someone with so little experience, it is actually super impressive with what Nanao was able to do with Kuzu's team. She took players who, with Chucky, Nabe, and God, I always forget the other guy's name, Karate Dude. She took those three who had never played basketball before and coached them up to where they had at least somewhat basic basketball skills. And she took players like Chiaki and Momoharu, who hadn't played in a while, and put them in roles where they could succeed. and she was able to integrate players who already had previous skills but no real experience playing in a team, like Sora and Kenji, and basically integrate all these mismatched parts and have a functioning team. That took a lot of intelligence and it took a lot of skill as a coach. And for someone with so little experience, that is actually super impressive. So it was nice to see her get some acknowledgement for what she's done, because so far the show's kind of taken in stride her ability as a coach. It's just, she puts in a strategy, the team plays it out, and that's pretty much it. They move on to the next thing. It was really cool for a second to stop and appreciate what the now's done, because he's actually done a lot. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Wednesdays now that Ahiru no Sora is over. At least season 1 is over. It's been really fun watching this series. This series went from a show at first that I was only kind of interested in to over probably around episode the 20s or so, I really began to fall in love with this show, and I've enjoyed it immensely ever since. I really can't wait for season 2 to start, or whenever that is. I'll have to look up and maybe see if there's like a release date been mentioned for season 2. This show isn't perfect by any means, but I really think it's a great teen high school drama that also happens to involve basketball. For a lot of these episodes in the series, they don't actually focus all that much on basketball. They really focus a lot on the relationships between teenagers and high schoolers and their teachers and the adults in their lives and all that kind of stuff. And then those teenagers just so happen to also play basketball. And I think that's, I mean, as a compliment, I think that works to the show's advantage, because it's kind of hard to have a show that always is pulling on your heartstrings without, you know, having some aspects of the show that don't involve basketball. Basketball itself can only get you so far. Then the games are emotional highs on their own, but you just can't always have important games every, you know, other episode that have all these emotional highs. You kind of have to have some stuff away from the court that viewers can latch on to and relate to. I think this show does a great job of having that. That's all I have for you guys in this one. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, let me know in the comments. And if you are so inclined, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. See you guys in the next one.